Today, today we're going to be tasting Zhenshan Xiaozhong. Today we're going to be tasting Zhenshan Xiaozhong. YouTube is now here. And I think it's going to be very, very Wu-Tang. From New York. That just hits a spot for me. I literally have Wu-Tang lyrics in my head right now. I smoke on the mic like smoking Joe Frazier, the Hellraiser. Yeah. All right, so I turned my Canadian friend onto Wu-Tang. That was fun. Every now and then I'll be like, "Yo, make sure you protect your neck." So the interesting thing as we're getting into so Wu Yishan is interesting because Wu Yishan has a lot of quality, really good quality teas, but a lot of different flavors. You know, you can have, for example, you can have a 5 quality Rogue Ways of the same quality, but 5 different roasting levels. And so the interesting thing about doing Rogue Way now, doing Yensha now in Wu Yishan, is okay. I have found quality, but do I just want to sell everything of quality? Answer to that is no. Spoiler. Or do I want to find the type of teas that I like and the type of teas that I think the market will benefit from, that I can get excited about, that I can talk about? I want to do that. And what that basically is, so actually, speak of the devil, it's exactly what I'm about to talk about is it. I like a good roast on teas. I like a good roast on teas. The Meizhan had a very balanced roast. It had a very good quality of a roast. It was definitely a quality tea, but it just wasn't that flavor that I like. It wasn't that flavor that I get excited for. And so, you know, you drink it and you go, yeah, this is a good tea. You know, people might like this, but like, it wasn't the Meizhan that I like. It wasn't that, like, when you really give a Meizhan a good roast, it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. And so the interesting thing, and what we're going to talk about today, is that same idea, because that same idea actually applies to Lapsang Chusong, Zhenshan Xiaozhong. Yeah, that smells good. Oh, so Da Hong Pao. They gave me Da Hong Pao. They didn't give me. Never mind. We're going to drink Da Hong Pao. Yeah. And I think that's exactly it. You know, I talk about complementing flavors and the roast being balancing with the leaf's natural flavor, but that's all because of when you get a complementing flavor, it adds complexity. I think that's actually a really simple and great way to put it. When you have the roast that's too high, hey, long time no see. Hello. When you have the roast that's too high, it takes away from the complexity. It covers stuff up. But when you have the roast that's too low, do I have water? Oh, did I do something rude? No, it's right there next to me. But when you have the roast that's too low, it doesn't give enough. It's a little simple, and I think that's the Meizhan, and that's a lot of the Yansha right now. And I had, you know, the woman that I sat and had tea with, you know, she just kind of said it straight up. She was just like, "Yeah, people don't want the heavy roast, so we lightly roast things." And so the other thing, and so actually what I realized, and it's not such a big jump, but it was a very, very interesting thing to kind of put 2 and 2 together, is that Zhenshan Xiaozhong is the same way. Zhenshan Xiaozhong it's not just smoked or unsmoked. And even when we're talking about traditional smoking, and it's why kind of a bummer. I thought they'd given me packets of Jinshen Xiaozhong. Um, it's there's levels, and I see that woman's. So I had two I had two Jinshen Xiaozhongs that was smoked, and they had a good smoked flavor. It was good, but it was light. It was very like it was just like a tea that's too lightly roasted. It was kind of there, but not like there enough to get excited about it. Um, it wasn't really, and then I had another one that was a little bit more there, and there was so the first one was a little smoked and it kind of had like a smoked touch, like a kind of a hint of smoke, a note of smoke. Um, I actually didn't try it. Um, I got some for myself, and I will do a tasting of. I was going to do a tasting of that right now, but I thought this was Zhengshan Xiaozhong. I didn't get around to trying it, to be honest, because uh, time was running out. We were sitting there way longer than I thought we were, and I had to get back. Um, I didn't try it. I bought some. I bought some for everyone. Bought some for myself, and he gave me a packet or two extra. Uh, I got a kick out of this. Hold on. Is that the Meishan? I'm gonna get the Meishan. Hold on. Oh crap. Also got like Lion's Peak. I don't know if that's a thing. What the fuck is? Oh no, that's Beidou. Oh, the Beidou was interesting. Shit, I gotta ask him which one's which. He gave me these little boxes, and they have all the fancy writing. And it was funny because he actually told me that he doesn't like these boxes. He thinks these boxes are a waste, and they're very wasteful. He said. But when you're selling high priced teas, just these one off, most people will only really buy this amount of tea, like 8 grams, 16 grams. And so this smells great, by the way, what I'm sitting above right now. And so he does it, and it's good for business, but he says he doesn't like it. That's interesting. One of these is the Nulong Kong. One of them. I don't know which one. Because they're all in like calligraphy writing. I know this is the Beidou. The Beidou is very interesting. So I think I'm noticing a common pattern. I'm dropping keys. I'm noticing a common pattern among his Panlong location. His Panlong locations, and I don't know if it's just this year, and maybe it was a making thing he did this year, but they have this pop of spice in the back of the tongue, and it's very controlled. It's very, it's not. It's very. It's controlled, I guess, is the best way to put it. I'm sure there's a better way. That's a good roast. Now that's a roast. That's actually a little bit too dark. It's coming up a little better on. Oh no, I froze on Instagram. It's gonna keep going. This is why YouTube is better. So I don't know why I did that. It's coming up a little better, I think, on my computer camera, but this roast is looking real murky. I'm glad I kept the YouTube going. This is really frustrating when it happens to YouTube, to Instagram. No one here, right? Yeah. That's hot. That's hot too. Yeah, and so kind of all over the place. Um, so the Xiaozhongs, going back to Xiaozhongs, I know we got way off topic there. Um, it was interesting to see. You know, you could tell that these were smoked with quality. It's not they weren't overly smoky, and their smokings were quality of themselves. Um, but they were at different levels, and they had different interactions with the tea leaf. The lady told me that uh, and the lady told me that I tasted. It's interesting because I tasted one and at the lady, and it was like I could tell, but like it smelled great. I could tell by the smell. There's a lot of things that I liked in there. But when I saw the color, it was kind of like that. Because the color was very light, very golden. And it was this kind of golden light color is very. It's a type of red tea. So I'm trying to also get Instagram back on. There's a type of red tea, and it was popular. It was more popular not too long ago. Um, and YouTube is gone. All right, I gotta hold on. I gotta let's set that lock for a sec. Oh, am I back? No, I'm not back. All right, live. All right. Um, and it was very popular like 4 years ago. I think I saw a lot of it, and it's very light, golden, aromatic, very very high aromacy, but like vinegary, like weird. Um, and so when I saw the color, I kind of knew exactly what the flavor was going to be. And the smoking for that type of red tea, for that, I think that's a fermentation thing. For that level of fermentation was balanced and was good. So if you liked that sort of red tea, then you would have really liked that sort of Xiaozhong because for that sort of red tea, Instagram's back. That sort of red tea is the very light, very aromatic, not strong flavor. For that sort of red tea, the smoking was good, but it wasn't as strong. And I think when the woman poured it and I saw the color, I think she saw my face because she automatically went, "Listen, you want the stronger one?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want the stronger one." And she said she had it. She said it wasn't in the shop that day, um, but she said she had it. So I'm going to send her a message. Um, Actually, it's the only reason I bought her shui xian. I bought some of her shui xian just to like be like, yes, I buy tea. I just don't ask. I don't only ask a bunch of questions and not buy. I do buy. Ugh. Oh. Ah. And we're done with that. I don't need to know where that's going. I know that's not going anywhere well. Anywhere good? That's not going anywhere good. Um, let's get into one of these. Let's get into this Lao, like who, I guess there's some area, it's just bad. It's just murky and dirty and just like bad. I'm just no, no, honey. Oh, which probably means I'm about to stop again. I just got it back. It stopped. Gong Fu Ma, can you still see me? Swear to God. This is the part of living in China that nobody wants to talk about. There's just nothing good about that tea, which makes me now kind of hesitant to reach out to them and be like, so what about that Xiaozhong? But I'm gonna reach out. I got some people I can reach out to about Xiaozhong. Actually, I'm gonna reach out to the Rogue Way guy. Once connected me to amazing Xiaozhong, just everything I want in Xiaozhong. But then when I went to get it the next year, it wasn't the same. Okay, good. I went to get it the next year and it wasn't the same. and he kind of gave me weird, like, no, it's the same thing. No, this is traditional. No, and I was like, I didn't actually. We had a year where I didn't really buy from him because he was weird. So we're gonna get into some of this. Like, do I want to do? All right, we have two options. I'm gonna give you guys a choice. We have two choices. Choice one is this True Cliff area. Yeah, that happens a lot. I don't know. And he's been good ever since, but I don't know. It's weird. Hu Xiaoyan. Oh, no, the opinion's only there. So we have the Hu Xiaoyan, or we have the Water Curtain Cave. What do we want to see? Okay. We'll do cow fence. I'll pull out the cow fence. Cow fence dip. All right, if I'm going to do cow fence dip, I'm going to do cow fence dip. I'm going to get scale and everything. Also, because I only bought like 8 grams for myself. I was going to buy 50, but then long story short, I only got 8 grams for myself. All right. I'm a lazy guy, but all right. I'm nervous. I'm not going to front. I'm nervous. You know, obviously it's going to be good, but 20K good. So we're doing 8.5 grams. I fucking hope so. Jesus Christ. I mean, it looks about right. 8.5 grams. Right? This is part of the reason I don't like using scales. Okay, next year, from now on, if I ever do anything where people can choose how much of a tea they want to buy, you can only use multiples of 8. You know, this time I was kind of loose and people could do 5 and 6. And no, from now on, only multiples of 8, because multiples of 8 come in this. This is 8.5 grams. Oh, yeah. Nervous, man. I'm nervous. You know, I'm nervous. I mean, I know it's going to be a good tea because this guy does tea well. He's a good tea maker. There's no arguing that. But people bought this, and I didn't make any money off of this. In fact, I'm probably going to lose a few bucks with shipping and packaging, even though the packaging is going to be simple. And all that, but still, it's people bought this. I bought this, but I don't care about me. I'm okay wasting money on tea. I can smell it from here. Woo! Oh no, so this is the rinse. The rinse is off to a good start. Roast level. I think. Oh, that is full. Let me not do that next to my computer. That I don't know how that got to be that. I'm putting you're not anything. Figure it out later. Oh man, that aroma. Oh my god, that aroma. Like this aroma is like everything that an aroma should be. Hey, pumpkin. So far, this tea is not lacking anything. Hey, pumpkin. Fucking neighbors. Really complex. Plum, juicy. color's on point. Just this really complex aroma. Like I've had teas where the flavor isn't as complex. I mean that Da Hong Power just had the flavor's not as complex as this aroma. That's a good fucking tea. Okay, let's stay. Let's not get really complex. The complexity is on point. Oh man, and it has this flavor of like the flavor is strong. The flavor is strong, but it's not bold. It's I've tasted this sort of thing actually. The Meijin that I really liked kind of had this a bit. It's almost like this. Actually, no. This is okay. So I've talked about. I don't know. I was talking to someone about this. I call it the ghost flavor, where it's there but it's not there. It's like there but it's fleeting. And this is how I did. This is how when I'm tasting stuff, I can know if it is the Matoyan, the this, the that. These peak locations. Holy shit! It's there's just a lot. There's just a lot there. But well, it's there, but it's not there, and it's bold, and there's all these characteristics, but it's fresh. It's there's just a lot of like I try not to think about Chachi to be honest, but that's a different conversation. We're not going to go into the Chachi conversation. Mm. And it's like that one. It's cooled a little bit, so I took a sip, and in my first moment was like, okay, maybe it's not as good as it cool when it cools, but then it did this thing where it went down. Feel it in my throat. It went down the tongue, and I could feel it on the tongue. And at first, I was like, "Oh, that's not so okay. Maybe it's not as good when it cools." But then it was just like it almost like the flavor. I don't know. Um, it's a very very new flavor, and I am trying not to overhype and it's a great tea. It's a great fucking tea. Let's get that easy part out of the way. It's a great fucking tea. Um, you know, worth. It's a great fucking tea, and it has the potential, and I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Well, what it's doing is it's just putting other teas in perspective, and I actually a good example of this I actually found in Scotch. I was kind of getting into scotches. I was drinking scotches and whiskeys. Let's say, I was drinking a whiskey here, a bourbon there, a scotch, and an okay scotch there. And I wasn't, I was kind of getting it. I was kind of enjoying it, but I wasn't really getting it. And then I had Lagavulin, and I had my first glass of Lagavulin, and I was just like, oh, this, oh, now, yep, okay. Um, and that Lagavulin with just that that great level. I don't want to say perfect, 'cause I don't know whiskeys like that, scotches. Um, I can get you more cow fence dip. I will get you just the exact same amount. Um, God, I'm thinking, why the fuck did I only get 8 grams? Holy shit! I want to get me. I almost got more. I almost got more for myself. I'm gonna get more for myself. Jesus Christ! This is one of. I only got 8 grams. Fuck is wrong with me? But yeah, so I drank Lagavulin, and people who know scotches and people who know whiskey and scotch and they've had Lagavulin, they're gonna understand this. They're gonna understand because Lagavulin is a really nice, really good, really well-known scotch that's complex and it has a great level of peatiness. It has all these different things. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm glad you put that in my head actually. Um, and and yeah, and so Lagavulin just put it just helped like it put everything else in a more clear picture, and for the good and not so good. You know, I had other whiskeys, and I was like, oh, this is actually now that I understand, now that I know that the level of whiskey is here. Before, when there was a whiskey here, I didn't really know where that fell, but now I have this whiskey up here, and I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty good. Now my YouTube just lost connection. Or when I had a whiskey and it was here, and then the Lagavulin was up here, I'm like, okay, that's a medium whiskey. This is this is the this is the benefit of drinking good teas, of drinking high quality, expensive teas. Just say high quality teas. Um, because the interesting thing, the important thing, is that because I wouldn't dare like you can hopefully if everyone internet yeah right 5 o'clock everyone's home. Oh my God. It's just even just if you guys watch me enough, you know I don't lie, and this is where I'm trying to come off as genuine as possible here. You know, if I drink a bad tea, I'm going to tell you it's a bad tea. There are times I've drank in my own tea and been like, you know what, this actually has some flaws. Chashan 2 years ago, I was like, you know what, there's some smokiness in this. I'm not really very excited about it. Um, and so as I drink this tea, um, I want you guys to know this is I'm being as honest as I can here. Yeah. Because honestly, what it is, it's like the worst thing that could happen to me. I think my biggest fear is me saying something's amazing and somebody having it and being like, it's not that good. That would kill me. In this one, you can also, I'm also not good at hiding like what I feel. I've always been expressive. Hey, um, you can also tell. Hey, pumpkin. Hey, hey. I gotta go deal with this dog. Either barking at another dog, but it's probably. Knock on wood on that. I can always tell by the way I drink the tea. You calm down. You know, the way I'm drinking this tea is very calm, very like sip by sip. Sip by sip. You know, I'm not gulping. I'm not doing more than one pour. Now you want to go out. God damn it, fucking cats. This steep is completely different. This steep, I'm getting the juiciness here, and I'm getting the interesting thing about this steep, and actually I saw it a little bit in the okay. Yeah, come here. You come with me? Come with me. The interesting thing about this steep is that the tongue, there's that, and this is what I've heard, the tongue is prickly and on the tongue, but the cheeks are very juicy, very meaty. And I think that's a very interesting construct right there. It's a very active tea. Very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for? No, God, I fucking heard the cat that time. So I gotta say, it was really funny. My floor is slippery, so Pumpkin's trying to run, but her feet are just slipping. It looked like Scooby Doo. Um, very, very not contextual. Like this part of my mouth is feeling this. This part of my mouth is feeling that. I do think that steep was a little short. I think I got to add a little bit more time. Um, so yeah, drink that one a little faster. So very, very interesting tea. Man. The funny thing is, so Pumpkin, and she's getting better, but Pumpkin, when she sees a cat, will flip out and like growl and bark and lunge. One time, Pumpkin caught a cat, and it was the funniest thing because it was actually Pumpkin and a whippet. And a whippet is basically a small greyhound, which is a hunting dog. And so it's this Pumpkin and this whippet, and they see a cat. We're in the park, they see a cat, they go running after the cat, and I'm like, that cat's dead. Well, that cat's dead. They corner the cat, had no idea what the fuck to do. They corner the cat and just like, what do we do? What? They're kind of like looking at each other, and the cat just smacked the shit out of them. The cat was like, get the fuck out of here. So she flips out, but if she caught a cat, she wouldn't know what to do. Johnny's the one I'm worried about. Johnny doesn't flip out, like he'll kind of tense up, but I think if Johnny caught a cat, he would know exactly what to do in the worst way. It has found its center. It's found the flavor still strong. It's still a lot left in this tea, but it's definitely found its flavor. Everything that's going to come out, I think. Well, we're going to see. We're going to push it a little bit. And I'm looking at this tea, to be honest. I'm looking at this tea almost objective, like obviously objectively as I can. But whenever I'm learning something new, whenever I'm hearing something, this is going. This is my favorite, this is my everyday cup now. I actually am going back to that shop tonight to help somebody else who needs some help sourcing teas for their tea shop, or tea wares for their tea shop. This week, going to Wuishan and picking up these teas was my focus for the last 2 or 3 weeks. That and finding a place to live, which I still don't really have, kind of. But that was my focus. So now that I've gone to Wuishan, I picked up the teas. There's going to be some teaware on the website. We're going to hit that like that. The website is about to speak of the devil. That's the person who I'm going to pick up the teawares for, or look at the teawares for tonight. Um, so now that the teas have been picked up, I'm going to put a whole bunch of teaware on the website, including these sort of cups. I chose I'll finish the sentence. I chose the kind of the Riverside whatever, but there are other options available. Actually, there's only one. This is the hand painted, so this is the only one of that. But there's flowers and birds. It's nice. Huangshan, going to Huangshan is super easy. I can leave in the morning and come back in the evening. There's like a train every hour from like 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. It's ridiculously easy. I didn't think it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be easy. I didn't think it was gonna be that easy. Because I think every train coming from the north that's going to like Shanghai or ending in Shanghai or even going to Beijing. I don't know. It's super fucking easy. So yeah, so going back to Huangshan is still going to be a thing. This is definitely going to be, one of the things about Jianyang that's very, very interesting. That's very, very nice. Okay, Huangshan, super easy. Wuishan, super easy. Fuding, not that hard. I don't think it's as easy as Huangshan or Wuishan. I think it's 2 hours. I think it's 2 hours by bus, which is nothing. Fuding is super easy. It's called just easy. Fuding is easy. There's gonna be. This is a nice point actually. Boom, boom, boom. Anshi is easier. That's still a ways down. But no, the point is I can very easily go back to Huangshan. One thing I got to figure out, and I'm actually going to ask for help on this because I'm not good at this sort of stuff, is I'm going to be doing pre-orders of Malfungs this year. Yeah, right. And I can kind of. Touch of funk there. There was a touch of funk. But that's not in this second. Ooh, wow. There it is. There's this Hogu and Cha. Well, so there's Hogu, Chashan, Shishian. Shishian is the easiest. And Hogu is the tricky one. Because Hogu is the one where like. Because the Chashan, the Shishian, I'm getting the first pick. I think whatever I got last year. I think I got the first pick last year. Yeah, I got the first. Actually, this year I want to get. But I think last year was the first pick. Strangely enough, I'm not usually a first pick guy. That's easy. Chashan is just all of the fucking picks. That's easy. So actually, I won't probably do a pre-sale on the Chashan. Basically, I need to do a pre-sale because of the fact that I start working like next week, and so I won't. To be completely honest, I don't have the funds to pre-buy. But I think by the time Chashan is ready, I'll have the funds to pre-buy. And so, but I can pre-buy, I can pre-sew the Hogu and the Shishian. Yeah, Hogu and the Shishian, because those are the two that like at the biggest risk of running out. And the Hogu is gonna be the tricky one because it's like the set pick. I don't like. That's the one where I might go to Huangshan just to deal with the Hogu. Because the Hogu is definitely one where like you don't want the early picks. Like The first pick, Cha Shan, was good. It was wonderful.